What's up, Zoom? It's that time. Zoom. What's up, Twitch? It's that time for your favorite show of the week. Give it up for your hosts, Anthony Irish. My goodness. It's time, you guys, for Digital Slumber Party with your hosts, Amber Irish and Anthony Kapfer.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm Anthony Irish. All right, here's the song. Hail to the king, baby, come get some. Let's go get the book of the dead. Fly to right time and a necktie that's in. I said the words. Look, maybe I didn't say every single little tiny syllable now, but basically I said them, yeah. Everything's cool, I said the words. I'll write you primitive screw heads. Listen up. Do you see this? This is my boomstick. Someone's in my fruit cellar, someone with a first soul. Let's head down into that cellar and carve ourselves a will. Look, maybe I didn't say every single little tiny syllable now, but basically I said them, yeah. Everything's cool, I said the words. I'll write you primitive screw heads. Listen up. Do you see this? This is my boomstick. I'll write you primitive screw heads. Listen up. Do you see this? This is my boomstick. Groovy. Well, Mr. Fancy Pants. Well, Mr. Fancy Pants. Well, Mr. Fancy Pants. Well, Mr. Fancy Pants. Ladies and gentlemen, Amber Irish.
Amazing. I love that song.
Thank you. That's
My
on the
favorite.
new Baldwig album.
The new Baldwig album, what's that?
The new Baldwig album. It's called Scream and Scream Again. And that's a song called Boomstick, which is all about the Evil Dead movies. All lines from the Evil Dead movies.
Do you know what the actual lines are that he was supposed to have said? That he was supposed to have recited?
Well, I mean, maybe not every single little tiny syllable, no, but basically.
Yeah, you got it mostly there. But do you, I mean, in your obvious research for the song?
I always forget the whole thing. Klaatu, Verata, I don't know. He says necktie. I don't know what is he supposed to say? I know necktie is wrong. That's the joke, but I don't know what. Put it in the chat if you know what it is.
Klaatu, Barada, Nikto.
Oh, Barada. Nikto.
Like the cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just a delicious lump of creamy cheese.
I think I might be singing Klaatu. I think I'm saying Verata.
We should watch that movie with the closed captions on.
Yeah.
So we
I mean, I'm sure I just am singing it wrong. But, you know, Barada, Verata, tomato, tomato.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the difference? Nobody cares.
Clamato.
The song doesn't really come off super spooky lyrically. I mean, there's a couple of things about a witch, but then there's also like fancy pants.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? It's all there if you know the movies.
Yeah, it's what's cool about it is that when you sing it wrong, there are a bunch of undead just swarming around you.
Yeah, well, I could use some backup vocals on it and stuff. So if we can summon any undead to just help fill out the sound.
Perfect. That ghoulish squeal is really going to elevate
Somebody is
Merle
blowing their
like
horn.
That. Merle, come here. Merle. She doesn't like it. She doesn't. You need to say the words right next time.
I'll make sure I get. You know me. It's the perfect song for me because I get all the words wrong anyway.
You do.
So writing a song about getting that's the story of my life. You know. Look, maybe I didn't say every single little tiny syllable. No. But basically, I said them. Yeah.
I like that you don't know the words for the book, but you have memorized by heart his excuses afterwards.
Well, that's I relate to excuses.
Yes, that's true.
That's me.
Yeah,
they call me Mr. Excuses.
Call you Excuses Irish is what they call you.
My middle name is Excuses.
Well, that's pretty exciting. That guitar that you were playing is also pretty exciting.
I forgot about that. Yeah. This is, we probably have talked about this guitar in the past, but not with this paint job.
Whoa. Wow.
I'm trying
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Andrew said, woo.
But you think you've seen the paint job. You think you know what color this guitar is. But wait.
What?
Somewhat clean lines.
Yeah.
Not perfect, but not terrible.
Don't get too close.
No, don't look over here. But
yeah, it's like a Monet. Looks nice from a distance.
But pretty clean on most of it.
Yeah.
A little imperfection here and there.
Yeah.
But I've already started messing up the paint.
Vinny does not like that I'm paying any attention to you. He's all up in my space. Oh, little boy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It looks nice. It looks like your other guitar. I wonder why.
Because I had some leftover paint. And I wanted to do it the same color. Let me see. I think you can see it there, the Jazz Master.
Yep.
Which I also built and wired up and painted myself. I tried to do the wood color, but I messed it up, and I had to paint the back of that one all the way. But this one I left it, and yeah. So I also built this.
It looks amazing. It sounds great.
I really like the way it sounds. It's a fun guitar. So anyway, it's my newest. It's not really new, but I haven't been playing it until I painted it.
Andrew said it's still
my
incredible
Firebird.
how far you've come in a short time with your guitar building.
I think so too. This one's playable. I could probably sell it if I.
As far as we know, yeah.
Yeah, it stays in tune and makes all the right kind of sounds.
I like
So-
that, like, if you made a guitar and you sold it and it wasn't that good, you just use the Evil Dead excuses. Like, I built it most of the way. I did it pretty good. I didn't build it exactly right, but
Yeah.
you got the gist of it, right?
Basically, it's a guitar.
You can play it. It's got strings. Why not?
Maybe I didn't follow every single little tiny specification. But basically, you can play this.
Yeah. You smash it on stage. What more do you need?
Yeah.
You know? Very cool.
So
Very
it's,
cool. Did you play that on the new Baldwig album?
I'm trying to think if there was a song. It wouldn't have been. No, I don't think so. Because I had it put together for a while, and then this is a different neck than whenever the last time I showed it on here was. There was something wrong with the neck, so I had to switch it out. And then I just didn't have all the parts. The wiring was all there, but like I didn't have the bridge on there. There weren't strings on it, so I just worked on this yesterday because I was done with the Baldwig album. I didn't have a project hanging over me, and I was like, let me finish an old project. So that's not what I play this one. I play this one on almost every single song on the Baldwig album. It's
She's
just
so cute.
This is a good one. I really enjoy this one. Little Jazz Master. I tried to leave it with the wood color, but I kind of like that it's all the way. But yeah, this is the one that I played. This is like about 90% of all guitars on the album is this one.
It's Gorgina. What is very cool, I guess now well, I don't know if we can talk about it, but the guitar, the one that you just painted, has kind of an interesting and sad and spooky story to it.
Yeah, I guess
the body.
so.
Yeah, you should tell people.
Yeah, okay. It is a little bit sad. I ordered this body from a woodworker, guitar building guy on eBay. I think Toro Woodworking or something like that. Anyway, I told him the specs, as I wanted the Jazz Master tremolo. I want just one pickup and one volume knob. So he had to make the cutouts in the wood so that I could add all this stuff. And so this is all to my specs. I wanted a Strat neck, so I had to do like the Strat neck pocket here, so I could put a Strat neck on a Firebird body, which is not typically. This is like a Gibson body usually, but I put a Fender neck on a Gibson, so it was like a kind of creation. So anyway, I gave the guy the specs, and then he sent me the body. It was just an unfinished wood body for me to stain and put all the parts on it and whatever. Anyway, I hadn't. I forget why I was thinking. I think I was gonna buy another one because it was a really good price for the body, and I kept seeing on eBay that like for a while like he was away. The store was like away or whatever, and I was like, oh man, I don't know when he's coming back, and then I kept seeing he's getting all this like negative feedback. People are like, hey, this guy, he took my money, never responded, never sent me the guitar. This guy's a crook. Somebody was like, this guy should be shot. That was one of the.
Did they really say that?
Somebody
That's
said that.
terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I started looking it up. Oh, because one of the comments mentioned something. There was some feedback that mentioned something. I started looking it up. Apparently, the guy died.
Like, right after you got your guitar body, so
A few weeks. Yeah. So this
feasibly, it could have been maybe the last one that he made.
Yeah, this is one of the last ones, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what his schedule was like.
I just feel like you should write a song about that, and then the guitar is haunted. That's probably something that will happen. There's been a lot of weird stuff happening around the house, you know?
Maybe it's guitar related. Maybe
It
this
might be
guy
guitar
is.
related.
You think he's haunting me through the guitar?
Yeah, I think so. I think he is. I don't know what an equivalent poltergeist for a guitar would be. It's just random sour notes in the middle of songs.
Oh, you mean like the way I play all my songs?
Yeah. Yeah, just now you have a reason. Now you just be like, no. This body is haunted. You know what should happen is like mid-song you just end up the guitar just starts playing Unchained Melody and it's just some ghost. That's it.
I don't know how to play that.
Yeah. Oh, Edward said maybe he died while making it.
He might have died. Maybe the guitar killed him.
Oh, you have a killer guitar.
Attack of the killer guitar.
I don't know why you always clarify that it has to be Attack of the Killer Guitar, because we talked about this killer wife situation too, and you had to clarify that it had to be Attack of the Killer Wife. I think that's too obvious. I think just saying killer plus the noun.
Well, I
good.
like because it's like all the old B movies, you know, like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. It's always Attack of the, or like Invasion of the something or others from space, or you know, like it's always.
I'd watch that movie, The Invasion of the Something or Others. They're just like a whatever kind of alien race, and they're like nobody thinks it's cool that we're here, and they're like whatever. It's like
nobody
whatever,
knows what they are.
Or others. Yeah.
Something. But so I liked it because we have there's the song on the album, which is now called Attack of the Killer Wife. And when I first wrote it, it was called My Wife is a Serial Killer. But then I started doing all these references from So I Married an Axe Murderer. And then I was thinking maybe I'll call it So I Married an Axe Murderer, so people know it's sort of based on the movie. So then, I don't know, then I guess we decided it was more fun if the title was neither.
Yes.
Because I say my wife is a serial killer enough in the song. So Attack of the Killer Wife sounds like an old movie, right? Like a Friday night double feature, Attack of the Killer Wife and the Something or Others from Outer Space. Double feature.
That sounds pretty good. Pretty good.
But that's why I just like the way it sounds. It's just like reminds me of like a 1950s or something B horror movie.
Andrew said it's redundancy, which I think is what I think as well. But I understand keeping in line with the theme.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sarah said that your haunted guitar will absorb all of the lyrics from your brain.
Well, so far, since I've been playing it, I haven't been forgetting lyrics.
Are you sure?
I mean, you heard me. I got through that whole song.
But like nobody, well, I guess only Andrew knows what the lyrics should be. So
Yeah.
I don't know. You could have said anything.
You know, that's like pretty much your favorite song on the album.
Yeah, but I don't actually know what the lyrics are to incorrectly summon the Book of the Dead.
Am I ever smooth about it when I forget the lyrics?
Oh yeah, you draw a lot of attention. You stop. You say, "I don't know what I'm doing." Yeah, you're one of those. Yeah, you don't.
Well,
you definitely don't just like play it off and keep it going.
It depends
cool
on the severity And also, I mean, maybe with some of these songs it would be easier because they're not comedy songs. But when you're doing a comedy song and you mess up an important line, what are you supposed to do? You can't play it off. People are like, I don't know what he just said. Was that a punchline? I missed it. He missed it. We all missed it. So I decided if I screw up important lyrics, what's funnier than being like, I'm a jerk. I don't even know how these songs go. It's the only recovery.
That's true. You take the burden of judgment off of the audience.
Yeah.
And they
This
just
way you
laugh
don't
at
have to
it.
be confused. Did I miss it? Was it something that was supposed to be funny? We can all just move on.
Yeah, I like that.
Sometimes it's so bad that I'll have to go
Leave.
back and do
Just-
leave, yes,
Yeah,
and
you just walk off
quit
stage,
and quit
set the
forever.
building on fire.
Yeah,
You write a story about the haunted brewery because you
yeah.
killed all the people in there. Yeah. Or whatever. Whatever. You know, whatever happens.
Whatever it is.
Well, that's pretty fun. How do you feel about the album now that it's out?
I've listened to it a couple times.
You've listened to... So, I'm also going to correct you here. So, Anthony yesterday had to put on a gel pack over his eyes and ears yesterday because he was like having sound-induced vertigo. He was in such a weird place. He was like, I don't think I feel well, and I don't know why. And I was like, is it because you were listening to the same 11 songs nonstop for 22 days at various volumes in
That'll
small
do it.
rooms? Yeah,
different
that does do
speakers,
it. It's
headphones, different volumes. Yeah, I don't know. I somewhere I overdid it with this one, and I definitely I definitely hurt my ears mixing this one. And so I took a break the last couple days, I took one day off at the end, and then I finished it up. And I haven't listened to it since it's been done. I haven't really listened to it much, because I've just been trying to let my ear. Today I feel pretty good,
Oh, good.
but yeah, just had some ringing and just sensitivity to sound. I
Yeah,
guess
it's-
similar to like if you were hungover or something like that.
Yeah, it's been really weird. It's like when I ask Anthony to do things or I'm trying to talk to him, he's like, sorry, my ears. I'm sorry, I gotta go. And
I
he
can't
goes and he
even-
sits in a different room.
Yeah. So I'm feeling better now, but so I haven't really listened to it much. I think that it was sounding good before I hurt my ears, but I was working really hard on this one. I tried to really step up the production from the first Baldwig, which was super easy to mix because everything just sounded bad. It was just like a lo-fi, but bad intentionally, like a lo-fi garage rock. There wasn't a ton of overdubs and stuff. So, but this one, there's walls of guitars. I'm using all different kinds of pedals, and there's fuzz and all this kind of stuff. I really wanted there to be a lot of depth with the guitars, and then of course Andrew's bass and his backup vocals. So there was like a lot of layers, and which was why I had to listen to the song so many times and try them on different speakers and headphones and things like that. I wanted to make sure that the mix was coming along the way that it should. So anyway, I don't know. Maybe I listen too loud. Maybe I'm getting too old.
Maybe both.
Maybe both.
Maybe neither. Maybe you have bugs in your ears.
I might have attack of the bugs from outer ear.
Yeah, earwigs. Earwigs
Earwigs.
in the bald wigs.
I got the Baldwin earwigs.
I think that that would be your worst nightmare, to go to the doctor for a checkup with your ear, and then they're like, oh, and then they pull out, I don't know, a bug, a roach, or
Yeah,
like
that
a weed
wouldn't-
roach, you know?
I wouldn't like. And then they were like, "Well, we see the eggs inside."
Also, everybody, the movie that we watched last night was The Fly. So that is why we are hyper focused on bugs laying eggs inside the human body orifice, any orifice.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Fly.
I've not seen it before.
The Jeff Goldblum, the Cronenberg version, not the 1958 original.
No. Mm-mm. There's only one, The Fly.
Well, they made a Fly too.
We will not be watching that one. No, thank you.
Man, Jeff Goldblum, he's so good as a Fly.
He's incredible. He's incredible. I don't think that we've talked about this. So here are the movies that we've watched so far. Number 1, October 1st, Basket Case. October 2nd,
Classic.
People Under the Stairs.
Not as much of a classic.
Yeah,
It's old.
it is. That's true. October 3rd, House. One of the weirdest movies I've ever seen in my entire
Yes.
life.
It makes David Lynch look like Michael Bay.
Yes. It is so ridiculous. And I don't know who has seen it or who hasn't seen it. It is about a bunch of schoolgirl friends who go to one of their aunt's house, haunted house in the middle of the countryside. And it is incredible. Everything about it is so weird. If I never saw it again, I'd be okay with it. I'm glad I saw it the first time, though.
Yeah.
Pretty great. At that point, I was telling Anthony that maybe we should start watching movies that we enjoy. And so then we watched The Shining, but both of us fell asleep before the end of it. So
But that's not a knock on the movie. It's a great
No.
movie. We
We've
were
seen it-
just tired.
we were tired. So then we woke up and watched the interesting part of it, the interesting 25 minutes of it.
The last 30, yeah.
At like 10 a.m. the next morning because we just needed to know how it ended. We needed to be reminded. And then we watched Cemetery Man.
Cemetery Man. So disappointing. Really
It's one
bad.
of the worst movies, period.
It's
It's
not
not
as
great.
I would say last year when we watched I Was a Teenage Zombie.
That was
That was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
it was pretty bad. It was pretty
But
bad.
this was it was shot better and had better audio, but not enjoyable to watch at all.
Much less enjoyable. And then after that, we watched Paranormal Activity, maybe?
Oh yeah, which is a movie I saw in like 2010 and didn't care for. You saw it in theaters, right?
I did see it in theaters, and I got so scared that I had to go home and turn on all of the lights and watch Legends of the Fall to fall asleep.
Yeah,
I
Legends of the Fall,
was so afraid.
But this time, I enjoyed it. I liked it.
It is not bad. And then last night we watched The Fly. It was amazing. The best, most entertaining movie so far.
And you hadn't seen The Fly.
I hadn't. And I'm a big Jeff Goldblum fan
Oh yeah,
and a Gina Davis fan. So,
two of the best.
yeah. It was great.
Great movie.
Everyone's like, it's so gross. And it really downplayed how gross it is. It's a fucking gross movie.
It's very
so
gross,
nasty.
but it's Cronenberg.
That's true.
I don't know if there's a Cronenberg movie that isn't gross.
That's true. I've only watched Videodrome once, so for that reason.
Well, we own it on Amazon.
The last time that we watched it, I think that's the only time. I saw it. I was in an English class where we were talking about. What were we talking? I don't even remember what we were talking about. But he played that clip, the head clip from Videodrome, and I was like, "Oh, gross."
I think that's Scanners, isn't it?
Oh, Scanners. Well, then
Scanners.
it's Scanners. Yeah. So played that clip, and I was like, "Wow, that's really weird." And then I was like, "I don't think David Cronenberg is for me."
I mean, that's
is.
the best part of Scanners, but Scanners is a good movie too. We may watch Scanners this year, this October.
We will. We will. There's almost no movies to watch anymore. I don't know why. All of the streaming services have just removed everything.
They usually shuffle things around right before Halloween, but this is particularly bad, I think.
Yes.
Or maybe we just watched everything. But it's I feel like there's slim pickings. We even have Shudder.
We do.
And Shudder usually has good scary movies, and now they got nothing.
That's true. We also have... What is the other one? The fancy one?
Oh, the Criterion.
The Criterion channel?
Yeah, we got to check Criterion.
Yeah, to see what we have there. But that was the movies. Also, I can't believe that we have been doing the show for like almost half an hour and you haven't mentioned the bats.
I was going to mention the bats and the pumpkins. The tiny, tiny pumpkins.
Here they are, everybody.
This is our little spooky cove.
Oh my goodness. There are some people who spend months and hundreds of dollars decorating their homes. We just use the remains of snacks and we just buy black paper from the internet. And we're like, wow, we are crafty.
You're telling
Anthony
me
made those he made the shit out of those bats. They look great.
telling me those aren't real bats?
They're not. They look pretty cool. The way that you hung them makes them all look like they're suspended in some form of flight. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool. Did you see that there was a bat that it got out, or I guess rather got trapped in a music venue in Chicago. And so all of the local health officials were like, hey, everybody who was at that show, you guys might have been exposed to rabies if you touched it or if it scratched you or something. So go to the doctor. So anyway, we got bats.
But no rabies, as far as I know.
I mean, we won't know until they die, right? So...
Is that how you tell? They die and then you cut them in half and you count the rings.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then that's how you know.
Yeah.
But they look pretty good.
They look amazing.
I thought they came out pretty nice. I like that the bats and the pumpkins are together.
I think it's pretty cute.
They look like giant bats.
They look like
pumpkins are so small.
Much tinier pumpkins. These pumpkins are just tangerine peels, and they are rotting.
Are they rotting?
Yes, they are. It's like the jack-o'-lantern thing, when the jack-o'-lantern's it starts rotting, so its face starts caving in on it. It's like it starts aging very rapidly. It turns into an old man. Yeah. I feel like that's what they should have done for when they have artists who age people, just carve someone's face into a pumpkin and watch it disintegrate. That's how you know how you'll age. 100%. Like that. You know what you'll look like with no teeth.
I like it. We're going to keep adding bats and pumpkins as we go. So next week we might have more in that little corner.
We might have more. Hope we don't get mold again, In
the wall, yeah.
Yeah.
This time it'll be our fault.
That's true. That's true. How many stories do you know of where, is it all Edgar Allan Poe wrote about is just people and things being trapped in walls?
I think
Cats
so.
being trapped in walls. Underneath floors. Heartbeats coming from the walls.
Yeah. Did he do any happy stuff?
Maybe that was his happy stuff. Maybe he was happy about it because it got published,
Oh, yeah. I would love it if there was just a cheesy, if he made cheesy poetry,
Oh, yeah, roses are red.
Yeah.
Violets are blue. Ravens are black. I love you.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
You think that Edgar Allan Poe would have been the kind of guy that would pick up an acoustic guitar and start playing Wonderwall.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. But then he would change his name. He wouldn't go by Edgar Allan Poe. He'd go by Eddie Poe.
Oh, Eddie Poe.
Yeah. Eddie Poe's nice.
Eddie Poe.
Or Allen. Eddie Allen.
Oh, yeah, Eddie Allen. To do like a real showbiz
Yeah.
kind of stage name.
Oh, Andrew said everything he'd play would be in a minor key.
Edgar Allan Poe has co-written a few Baldwin songs.
Ooh, that's nice of you to give him the credit.
Yeah.
How did he die?
I
Syphilis?
don't know.
Was he one of those? Let's check.
Yeah, let's see how he died.
He was a co-writer. You should know everything about him.
No.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, he
How
was
did he
40 when he died. He died on
Wow.
October 7th.
Whoa.
Yesterday. Well, not yesterday. Yesterday and over 100 years ago. 1849. Anyway, the famed poet died in delirium, wearing someone else's clothes. Over 170 years later, we're still searching for answers. Poet and novelist Edgar Allan Poe died on October 7th, 1849. The culprit behind his untimely death is still unknown.
Let's do an Unsolved Mysteries about it.
They should. They did Jack the Ripper, which was
Edgar Allan Poe
ridiculous.
was last seen. Yeah.
If you have any information on the death of Edgar Allan Poe.
They did Jack the Ripper, yeah. It was so weird that they did a Jack the Ripper Unsolved Mysteries.
Because Jack the Ripper. Also, it's just so interesting. Like, not that I think I would be a murderer at that point in time, but so easy to be a murderer back then.
Oh, yeah.
People were just murdering.
Yeah,
Just like to see if they
cops were
could.
just walking around going, hey, did you murder this guy? And
No,
they're like, nope.
Not me.
All right. Who am
They're
I?
He has a point.
This story checks out.
What are you talking about? It's so ridiculous. So here, from Britannica.com, Edgar Allan Poe, after some travel, turned up in a tavern in Baltimore on October 3rd. He was in bad shape, nearly unresponsive, in what onlookers assumed was an alcoholic stupor.
Oh.
A note was sent to a local doctor, and Poe was admitted to a hospital. One odd detail is that Poe did not appear to be wearing his own clothes.
I wish they would get more specific about this.
Yeah, instead of his usual black wool suit, he was wearing a cheap, ill-fitting suit and a straw hat.
A straw hat? He was trying out like a kind of...
Country. That's where he was trying to cross over the genre to country.
Well, that's where the money is.
Yeah. He was going to be in the money, but he didn't make it out of the hospital. He drifted in and out of consciousness, hallucinating and speaking nonsense. A Baltimore newspaper reported his death on October 7th and said that the cause could have been congestion of the brain.
Congestion of the brain. I didn't know that was a thing. You gotta make sure those brains are clear.
You have to do something. Bill said he was playing the Wizard of Oz Scarecrow. That's why he was wearing the straw hat.
That hadn't been written yet.
No, he died in 1849. No, I don't think so.
Maybe he wrote it. Maybe it was stolen
Ooh.
by who wrote it? Frank Baum? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
See, I know literature as long as it's like kids' books. Cat in the Hat? I'll tell you who wrote it.
Who wrote it?
Dr. Seuss.
Where?
On a piece of paper.
Not here, though. Not there. Not anywhere. He didn't actually write it. Yeah. Anyway, a nice little trip down, I guess, memory lane for the death of Edgar Allan Poe.
I didn't know any of that.
How can you not know that?
Ill-fitting suit and a straw hat.
Imagine being dressed so poorly that people are like, ooh, ill-fitting. You must be insane. Like, you must be on the brink of death. Look at how badly your clothes fit you.
Eddie boy, what are you doing here? Usually you dress so nice. And they're like, those aren't his clothes. I don't think those are his clothes even.
His hat looks terrible. He looks so bad in that hat.
He would never buy a hat.
He
like
hasn't.
that.
Oh my god, he must be dying. He must literally be dying. His brain must literally be rotting.
And it was.
It did. It actually just seeped out.
It did. It was. And then he died.
He was the fly.
There isn't any evidence disproving that Edgar Allan Poe was transforming into a fly because of a failed experiment.
You know?
With a teleportation device turned gene splicer. Do we know this? I haven't read anything that contradicts that story.
You know, the older I get, the more I'm willing to sit down and just listen. Tell me more.
Well, maybe he went into the teleportation device with a hillbilly wearing a straw hat.
Yeah.
They were in there together.
Yes.
Only one being comes out on the other side because they have spliced their genes.
Ooh. Yes.
And now the two are one.
Wow.
Biologically. On a molecular level.
So Jake just came into the Zoom and he came in real late. So I don't know if he knows what's going on. Jake, we're having the obvious conversation about how Edgar Allan Poe died and how it's actually deeply tied to the plot of The Fly.
Where do you think they came up with that?
That's true.
Based on a true story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you go back far enough in Cronenberg, family history, he actually is a distant relative of Edgar Allan Poe.
The fly that went up against his head?
Third cousin or something.
Third cousin, yeah, I
Twice
think
removed.
so. He's actually related to the Scarecrow or whatever he had spliced with.
That's why, yeah, and he had the straw hat. It's a whole thing. The Fly was actually a documentary.
Ooh.
About Edgar Allan Poe.
You know what I thought was interesting about The Fly is that he was like so sexually charged for like the first few weeks or few days or whatever after he got gene spliced, and I was like, I've never thought about how much a fly fucks. That's crazy that this movie is making me think about that. Like, do flies just fuck nonstop? That's crazy.
I never heard that about flies, but maybe.
I don't want that search to be in my history of like, do flies fuck? I don't want that.
Yeah.
But like, I'm interested now.
I'll look it up.
No, you don't have to look it up because we're on the same Wi-Fi. Someone will figure out that someone in our household is looking up weird fly stuff. Oh, Andrew said use private mode.
Yeah, but the government can still see.
Doesn't matter. The government's already seeing all of it.
That's true. Ugh, maggots everywhere. Ugh. Ugh. What a gross movie that is.
Yeah, it was pretty gross. I really like that every time you see him as the Fly, he has evolved into a more disgusting version of the fly.
It is bad.
That must have been
is
crazy
bad.
makeup.
Yeah. They just had to like put him in a gross like molten melted bodysuit or something. Ugh.
Yeah. At
Oh
first
yeah.
he-
Ooh, his
What?
teeth falling out. Bill said his teeth
falling.
falling
Yeah,
out.
his fingernails, his teeth. His ear falls off.
I think he puts his penis in his little
I
cabinet.
think that was his penis in the medicine cabinet.
Also, I found yesterday I was looking for some decorations for Halloween stuff on Amazon, and I don't know why, but they just have a severed penis that's a necklace that you can wear, and I feel like I don't love that on Amazon. That seems like it's a little too accessible for, I
Wow.
don't know, children or...
You know, I've never been a necklace guy before, but I'm thinking maybe I'll give it a try.
Yeah. Andrew said the cult of Lorena Bobbitt.
Oh man,
How do you think she's doing?
probably better than him.
Well, I mean,
Just a cut above the rest.
yeah.
Oh man.
Anyway, I was surprised to see severed penis necklace on page 1 of
Yeah.
scary Halloween decorations. I was like, ooh. I think I looked up severed limbs. That's what I was looking up. Also, like I saw that, but I also tried to look up like a fake toxic waste bucket, just like a bucket that looks like a toxic waste barrel, and it didn't let me search anything.
They were like,
That
this
was
is,
like, no,
this
that's
is
too
where we
much.
draw the line.
Yeah, they're like toxic
Here's-
waste.
Here's severed penises you can wear around your neck.
But you want like a cute little bucket to make it look like a skeleton is taking a bath? No, freak, weirdo, reported.
That's so weird. I bet we could make one. We just show when this is over. Just show me what kind of toxic waste bucket you have in mind. You just need some kind of green liquid.
I just wanted it to be like a little, like a little barrel, like a little cylinder with the little sticker on it. It says toxic waste.
So like kind of like a canister.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we
So if you
talking
can find it.
like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze type situation?
Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm looking
Okay.
for.
All right, we could definitely make that.
Yeah. You should should film it and put it on the internet, but fast forward.
Yeah, like a time lapse.
Like a guitar building video, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I'm trying to
Ooh,
get
Sarah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
What?
Sarah just posted an article from the New York Post about a woman who chopped off her cheating husband's penis twice.
Wow.
Twice.
And her name
Talk
ain't
about
Lorena,
scream and scream again.
and her name ain't Lorena Bobbitt.
No, that's
Oh,
not her.
wow, somebody else. did it.
Lorena Bobbitt 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Did he have two penises? I
He
wonder.
did have two penises. They didn't specify in the article, but
Yeah.
he did have two of them.
Do you think he was like, well, I cheated on her with the other penis. It was the other penis that I used to cheat on her, so it shouldn't have.
Well, she
even
wasn't
done
sure which
anything.
penis he used, so she
So
had
she
to
cut
chop
both of them off
Yeah.
just to make sure. I
to
understand.
be safe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Better safe than sorry.
Better safe than sorry.
Nice. Wow.
What? Oh.
Whatever hospital he went to, they have to use a better glue.
Yeah.
They need better security. She did it in the hospital.
Ooh.
So they reattached it, then they cut it off. Then she's not going to cut it off again after they reattached it. Oh,
Oh.
Must have.
That's
I don't see any other way.
Well, hopefully they can reattach it again. So
I think you only get one reattachment, and after that,
It's like a cat. You get 9 lives. It's
9
fine.
lives.
Yeah.
Ooh.
She was coming only
Yeah.
pays for it once.
That's how annoying men are. You get 9 lives with that penis until they get chopped off. Cut it out.
Well, you probably, when they sew it back on, like some of the skin probably dies, right? So it gets a little smaller every time.
well, this happened in China.
If
Like
this was,
sharpening a pencil. Yeah.
yeah. So if you cut it off so many times, you're just gonna have a little nub.
I don't have a penis, so I'm deferring to you entirely.
Well, mine's always been attached, but I think that's what
there's
happens.
time.
with the
Don't worry.
skin.
Yeah, you just know. Because what if something happens and then you're in the hospital? You have to make a decision. They're like, "Do you want us to attach it? It's going to be a little shorter, or did you just want to take it all off? You know, like a haircut.
Just a
How short do
trim.
you want to go?
Just a little bit of a trim.
Off the end, just off the end. Okay.
Can you give me layers?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, can we just like do like a just poof it out on the sides?
Yeah, we'll just do a bob. How's that?
A little bit of a bob.
It's
Yeah.
like a bobtail.
Lorena Bob.
Yes. Yeah,
Lorena
Lorena bob. Bangs. Sarah said
That's
bangs.
great. Bangs. You know that song "Detachable Penis" by King Missile? That's a good. That's a good. Maybe that was about. What was his name? John Bobbitt? Was that his name?
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, detachable penis. If you don't know the song, look it up. It's a great song from the 90s. Thanks, Evil Dave, for Venmoing.
Evil Dave, thank you.
Gotta thank Evil Dave every time.
Oh man, I have so many things I have to look up now. This
gotta
article
look up.
about the double removed penis.
Mm-hmm.
I have to look up the fly sex life.
Yeah.
Edgar Allan Poe plus Scarecrow
What
equals.
other kind of hats do you think he was into? They were like straw hat. No, usually he wears an upside down visor.
Backwards.
Yeah,
Backwards, yeah.
yeah. He probably wore a bowler hat, right?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Or a bowling hat, which is just a bowling ball that you wear on your head.
Yeah,
Right.
you just tie it with a ribbon.
Oh, cute. Really sweet. Yeah. That's the hat he probably wore. Totally speculating. I didn't know him. If I saw him in a straw hat, I wouldn't think that anything is weird, but apparently.
Well, maybe it's summertime, you know? You gotta let your head breathe sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just looking at photos of him now.
Did he wear a lot of hats?
No, everything you see is like his.
He had a pretty
his
big
whole
forehead.
head
I
is-
don't know. Hats would have been
Okay,
perfect.
well, some of us just have big foreheads. There he is, though.
He's
A
wearing a
high
little,
contrast face.
little handkerchief around the neck. He was pretty stylish. Little mustache.
Yeah, he looked miserable. I get that. I'm assuming that was the style in the 1840s or whenever it was he died.
Well, you can't smile when you're being painted.
I mean, you can. Your face will just get stuck that way.
You gotta stay. I don't know how long it takes for somebody to paint you like that, but I'm assuming it's a long time. If you're like, are you getting this? Can you start with the mouth? Do the mouth first, and
Yeah.
then tell me when you're done.
You look crazy. You look like the last thing people see before they die. That's what that looks like. It's so scary, Anthony. I really don't like it. It's making me real uncomfortable.
But I don't smile a lot in photos.
Yeah.
I like smile. I'm like, Otherwise, it's
Do that again. Oh, it's so sheepish. It's so sweet. No. No. If I had known that was what was lurking under there. That's a very scary face, but we love it.
yeah. This
But
is my face.
You're just cool. You're cool. You know what's so great is that your family is so supportive and they watch the show. And they always get the best screenshots of you doing weird stuff with your face. So I am assuming right now your family members are sending you pictures that they've taken of you just looking like a psycho. Yeah. You just smile. That looks like you're groaning. Smile. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So I'll be getting a couple of texts of that later after the show ends.
Yeah, it's not going to be gross. And
that's going to be my new headshot. What do you guys think?
Oh, I like it.
Venmo
Is it just
yes.
a severed head?
It's floating.
Yeah.
There's blood and like some
entrails.
Yeah.
Ooh, just like your spine, just hanging out at the bottom.
Yeah, just a little bit of a spine.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think. Yeah, my mom sent me. She sent me a couple. She sent this one too. But then also the smiling one. That is crazy. Now that I see it,
it's so scary. It's one of those, like, the more you look at it, like, I don't know if your eyes are following me around.
Yes.
That's what that looks like.
Yeah.
That's what.
Oh man, that is scary.
But you're so handsome.
When I'm not smiling.
No, when you're not smiling like a psychopath, then yeah.
I should do a horror movie.
Yeah.
I'm the killer.
No, you have to be like the one that everyone thinks is the killer throughout the entire one. That's who you are.
Misdirection.
Yeah.
I like it.
Red herring.
Yeah. All right.
That could be your name, Red Herring.
Yeah. It could. I mean, my nickname could just be Red. We don't ever have to say why.
You'd be Redfish.
Redfish.
Yeah.
Red. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like a less obvious.
Vermilion.
What?
Vermilion.
Yeah, I call you Verm.
Red vermilion? Okay.
No, vermilion fish.
Oh, vermilion.
That's pretty fun. Yeah, and then you just, you're always at the wrong place at the wrong time. You got that weird face. You're always wearing a big coat for whatever reason. Yeah, you're shuffling. The boots you wear are always dirty, and nobody can tell if it's dirt or blood.
I got an airtight alibi.
What's your alibi?
You'll see.
Oh no. Where were you? And you'd be like, I'm a janitor at the elementary school. The kids have seen me, ask them.
Oh, come on.
You just clean up the vomit. That's your job. You pour the orange powder on the vomit. Stop making assumptions, everybody.
I did used to be an assistant janitor at a nursery school. I wasn't the main janitor. I was the assistant. It depends. I mean, I was sort of the janitor's assistant, but I was just. I think assistant janitor sounds better.
Assistant to the janitor.
Assistant. Well, like he didn't really boss me around.
But you like handed him.
Yes.
Like the orange stuff that he put onto the vomit.
Yeah,
he was the hero. The kids were like, "Yay!"
Yeah, he was the hero, and he knew how to do stuff. Like I didn't know how to do stuff really, but I was just like a helping hand. When we had to spackle some holes in the walls or whatever.
Yeah. I remember when we were painting this apartment. I was like, we should tape stuff down, and you were like, no. I used to be a janitor's assistant, an assistant to the janitor. I know how to paint walls, and now there's like paint all over our ceiling. There's paint all over the floors. And I was like, okay.
I guess it was more of a like all around maintenance.
Yeah.
Because I don't think janitors are typically like, let me pick up a paint roller. It's usually like the toilet is all filthy. Go check that out and then mop up when you're done.
That's crazy because you literally were like, no, we used to paint classrooms every day. You made it sound like you were a painter. That's what you mean.
We did paint quite a bit. And these were like, this is an old building in the Lower East Side of Manhattan. And it was
white
like
paint on white walls.
Super high ceilings, like 30 feet up. We were on ladders with the rollers.
I know. Yeah.
We painted interior, exterior. Mm-hmm. We stained wood. We did whatever. Drywall, wet wall.
It's funny because, like, I think that we have had in our apartment the disposal has gone out, the dishwasher has gotten broken,
yes.
The hot water heater has gone out.
And what happens every single time?
I'm the one who fixes it.
Yeah.
I'm the janitor. I'm the janitor.
I'm the assistant. You gotta tell me what you need. I'll hand you a hammer.
And then I'm like, where's the hammer? And you're like, oh, I don't know. And then you go and look for the hammer. And I say, what the fuck happened to the hammer? And I'm like holding garbage for whatever reason. Yeah. I'm the janitor. You
did a great job on the boiler.
Thank you. I just press the button over and over again, like the internet told me to.
I don't know how you do it. You pull up one YouTube video about how to like reset a boiler, and you're like, oh yeah, you gotta click it 13 times, and then you gotta wait, and then you click it 7 more times, and then you turn the lever. You gotta crank it. I'm like, I don't know what is this?
You do have to crank it, and it actually plays like old-timey circus music, which is probably the coolest part. That's how you know that it's loaded properly.
Yeah.
But
then the heat comes on.
That's like just regular janitor knowledge.
People know that. That is in the janitor handbook.
Yeah. Can you stop barking, please? Everybody is really excited. They're all fighting in the living
know
room.
that the show is winding down.
They do.
They're
taking
so
all
excited.
of their anger out on the cat, like all of their energy out on the cat, because they want to see you. But you're nowhere to be found.
Not yet. Mm-mm. But I think that was about it for today.
That sounds great. Thank you to everyone in our Zoom chat. Thank you to everyone in the Twitch chat, who I think is also everyone in the Zoom chat. And thank you to everyone in the YouTube verse.
That's me.
Definitely everyone in the Zoom chat. And thank you to Anthony, and thank you to Annie and Comedy Hub, and listen to Bald Wig's new album, Scream and Scream Again, because it's excellent. It's very, very good. It's better than the first, and I love the first.
I have heard good things. People like it.
You have not heard anything because your ears are blown out.
What? What was that?
Which is great because that means you can't hear any criticism at all.
You know my ears are in bad shape when I'm turning the movies down.
Oh my God. It's crazy. Our TV is usually at like 92 on the volume. He was just turning it down. He had his cute little gel pack over his ears and his eyes. He was ready for a spa day.
And I had one, and I'm feeling great.
Yeah.
That's why I built this, so I could blow them out again.
Yeah.
Blow out those ears. All right. Listen to the new Bald Wig, Venmo at Digital Slumber Party, in that order, and we'll see you next week, I guess. Thanks for hanging out. Good night, everybody.
Good night.